Hi guys, it's Mary here from Free Your Body, but windswept. Just wanted to run through a quick little awareness car tip, basically, habit. So ever since I was suffering a bit of shoulder pain a while back, with a lot of sort of loaded overhead stuff, mainly had a bit of instability and dysfunction around my shoulder, I always found that whenever I used to, even just my handbag, a couple of kgs maybe, when I used to put it on the passenger seat, or lift it off the passenger seat, I get a little bit of a niggle, nothing serious, but just a bit of discomfort, and I just felt really unstable when I used to do that. And so I basically got myself into the habit of trying to avoid putting any weight onto the passenger seat from the driver's seat, or leaning over, reaching and lifting weight or putting weight down. So what I try and do now is basically what I did there in the beginning is I always, if I'm loading the car, I'll always walk to the passenger seat first and unlock and pop my bags on the passenger seat, and then close the door, come around to the driver's seat, bring the seat forward and put my heavy bag just behind the driver's seat. And then basically get in the car and off I go. And I do exactly the reverse when I get out. So when I get to work, I'll basically get my bag from behind the seat, pop it on my back, and then walk around and get my bags out of the passenger seat. And it doesn't take 2 minutes, and it's basically now just a habit for me. It feels normal. It's just what I do. And what that's doing is basically helping my shoulders and back from being under repetitive strain. And you shouldn't really be loading your shoulder up with that extended arm position, because it's particularly if you've got any problems with posture, any bad posture, or already have any issues, it's just really going to be repetitively causing discomfort in that shoulder area. The same goes for anything that involves reaching back. I never ever reach back and pick anything out of the back seat. I'll always get out and bring the back seat forward and get anything I need. There again, I'll always bring everything as close to me as possible. So when I'm lifting, I'm not leaning forwards or twisted and lifting a heavy object. So I always bring it right to the edge of the passenger seat, usually onto the floor. And from there, I'll just squat down and pick it up from inside the car while I'm just standing outside. So I'll keep everything as close to me as possible. That's going to help protect your back as well. Because if you're trying to reach back and grab anything in the back seat, if your back's twisted and your arms reached out like that, that's going to really easily cause back issues. A lot of people, damage their discs in the lower back doing that, being in that twisted position, loaded position. It's not a good position. If you've already got any postural issues or instability in the back as well, then it's even worse because you're more likely to do any damage. So yeah, that's just basically a good habit to get into. I know there's lots of moms out there who have to, juggle kids and prams and shopping and bags, and it's not an easy job at all. And I mean, you don't want to be causing yourself pain and stress as well on top of that. So as much as you can, although it might seem like, a shortcut to do it the easier and bad way, it really doesn't take 2 minutes, and you're going to save yourself a lot of pain and discomfort and stress as well, just by trying to do it the best for you. So always try and, if you're picking up kids, picking up heavy bags, always get as close to the bags as you can before you pick them up. Avoid being in a twisted position and avoid having your arm outstretched trying to pick up objects, because that's only going to bring you pain and dysfunction. So do your best to try and just be aware of those things, and you really will benefit from it in the long run, especially if you have to do these several times a day, which is more than likely. So see how you go. Just be more aware of what you're doing when you're in the car, around the car, and carrying heavy objects. And yeah, that'll be all for now. I'll wrap up. All right, see you soon.